Tonight, we welcome you to the biggest crossover event of the year. Tonight, live from New Orleans, in the heart of WrestleCon weekend for the first time ever, this is Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. Representing Impact Wrestling, calling play-by-play tonight, I am Josh Matthews, alongside a longtime former broadcast colleague, the voice of Lucha Underground, Matt Stryker.
Hey, buddy, the band is back together, huh? Are you annoyed yet?
What a night. What a night we're in store for here from New Orleans. What a weekend it's been. This has become the premier night. This has become the event that everyone wants to be a part of.
How are we feeling? I don't think you guys are excited enough. I don't know. Are you guys ready for some Lucha Underground? Are you ready for some Impact Wrestling? Come on, guys. Impact Wrestling. Are you guys ready for that? I don't know.
In New Orleans, as Melissa Santos enters the ring, along with the Impact representative.
That is Mackenzie Mitchell, our backstage interviewer each and every Thursday night on Impact.
You guys are fucking. We're not starting this until you guys get fucking excited.
Wow. We're live on Twitch. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, this man may be representing Lucha Underground here tonight, but he is a household name in the world of professional wrestling. He is a man who has gone over to Lucha Underground and really transcended, Matt, and found a different season in his career.
Yeah, there's something so unique about this wrestler that we are about to see. His bloodline, his heritage, it transcends generations. We see grandfathers sitting with granddaughters watching great wrestling, and you can hear the faithful asking, you shall receive. Chavo Guerrero.
Chavo Guerrero has been a champion in every company that he has competed for. Chavo Guerrero will look to set the stage here tonight and not only secure a victory in this six-way matchup, we'll explain the rules as we get started, but Chavo could really, Matt, put a dent in things and pick up a victory for Lucha Underground.
Yes, a very cunning, cagey veteran, Chavo Guerrero. The other 5 fighters in this match are going to have their work cut out for them.
3 stars from Impact Wrestling, 3 luchadors from Lucha Underground.
I think by the end of this night, we're going to have you speaking fluent Spanish, Josh.
How do you know I don't?
Aha. Yo no sé.
Great show of respect from the fans here in the Sugar Mill Factory in New Orleans. Matt, what do you know about Jack Evans.
Oh, his look has changed, but that's about it. This is one of the most athletically gifted young men I have ever seen, and he's only outmatched in his athleticism by his ego.
Based on that entrance, I'd say it's safe that Jack Evans can have an ego. That was impressive. Matanza, she called him a monster. Is this the monster of Lucha Underground?
Absolutely. If Matanza were a football team, he'd be the Pittsburgh Steelers of the 70s. If he were a basketball team, he'd be the Detroit Pistons of the late 80s. Just smash mouth, punch you in the face. Nothing pretty about Matanza Cueto.
Caleb Conley is a part of the Colts of Lee, along with Trevor Lee. You mentioned hard-nosed, smash-mouth offense. That's what you're going to get from Caleb Conley, but he's not dumb, Matt. He has second thoughts about getting in there and staring down Matanza.
Yeah, wise to keep his eyes on his opponent is Caleb Conley.
.6'6", 299 pounds, played 7 years in the National Football League, watched the backs of some of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. Mr. Impact Wrestling, live in New Orleans, live at WrestleCon, live at Impact versus Lucha Underground. This is Moose.
Josh, for the first-time viewer, what can they expect out of someone like Moose?
Fun, loving entrance. He's interactive. You see the arm up and going. He's got the beads. He's taking on the New Orleans culture. But once Moose gets inside the ring mat, he calls himself the best big man in all of wrestling today.
Safe to say he is no saint. Moose stepping in for action. Oh, look at that. Chooses the biggest guy in the ring and goes face to face.
I can't wait to see these two lock it up. Current reigning X Division champion Matt Sydal defends his title live on pay-per-view April 22nd at Redemption in Orlando when Sydal goes one-on-one with Petey Williams. In another universe, he was known as Airborne. There is only one, Matt Sydal.
And he seems to be missing something. Am my eyes deceiving me here, or is that a touchy subject for you?
Well, I'm missing something, and that's the Impact Grand Championship. I don't want to discuss that with you here tonight, Matt. We'll keep our focus and our attention on the action inside the ring.
Well, Josh, I mean, if you can break this thing down, I do believe that Sydal is going to be the best athlete in this match. I think Jack Evans is going to be the quickest. And I have to say that I think it comes down to Moose or Matanza as the most powerful. Is there an X factor here between Chavo and Caleb?
That's a great question. Earlier in our pre-show live on Twitch, you went with Matt Sydal to secure the victory here tonight. The X factor with Caleb is you never know what you're going to get with Caleb Conley. If this match is moving 100 miles an hour, Caleb will match that speed. If the match is mat-based and we need a technician in there, who better than Chavo Guerrero?
Absolutely. Of course, the rules to a six-way will be broken down by my broadcast partner, Josh Matthews.
Only one fall to a finish. The first athlete, the first star, the first luchador to secure a pinfall or submission will be victorious. So Matt, as a former competitor, what's your strategy? Because you can do it two different ways. You can mix it up, stay in the ring, or you can kind of watch from the outside.
Well, I think I like what the guys are doing here. You made it a great point. One fall to a finish, it can come out of nowhere, and it looks like the two biggest guys are going to clear house.
Here we go. Moose is 6'6", 299. What's Matanza?
Well, Matanza, while he might not have the height, he certainly has just the wide frame, the athletic ability, and underneath that welder's mask is a very accomplished wrestler, dare I use the word.
How cool is this? For the first time ever, Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. 3 stars from Impact, 3 from Lucha. Here we go to get things started.
Shoulder tackle there. Moose is going to try to test the size of the monster Matanza Cueto.
Moose is so deceptively quick, and Matanza takes down the big man. Yeah, and look at Moose.
Moose tried to use the ropes for momentum. Matanza was able to scout it and knock him down. Here we go, pass by to create momentum. Big drop kick, and that sends the monster onto the floor.
Have you ever seen, Matt, a man the size of Moose throw a drop kick like that?
Not one as effective.
Here comes Chavo and Caleb Conley. They're going to work together to try to take out Moose.
Hey, how about that? Big drop kick by Chavito. Well, the guy's got to turn around. We talked about Jack Evans. He's got speed. He also has 2 boots to the gut.
Got to question the sense there of Evans popping into the ring with 2 guys who are working together momentarily. Do you think Evans thought that he would have an advantage with Chavo in there? Look at that.
You never know. I think Jack Evans just has such an ego. And Matt Seidel just has some good energy flowing through him. Goose Fraba.
Loosening up the legs of Jack Evans. Looking for a hip toss here. Nice counter by Evans. Lands on his feet, misses wildly, and Seidel does not.
Now, I think that the advantage that the luchadors are going to have is that they're counter wrestlers. They're able to parry off of their opponents.
Speaking of counters, how about that spinning heel kick from Matt Seidel? Takes Evans all the way down, and you've got to keep your head on a swivel in a match like this.
Now, when Chavo gets in, I can only imagine Chavo's going to want to slow things down as he deposits Seidel to the floor.
Listen to this place. They were going nuts for Chavo Guerrero moments ago. We invite you to join in on the conversation tonight, not only on Twitch, how about Twitter as well?
Have we come up with a hashtag yet?
We could do it right now.
Let's do it.
Impact versus Lucha, Impact versus LU. What do you like?
I like Impact v Lucha, Lucha v Impact, whichever one.
Use those hashtags. Matt and I will
block you on Twitter.
Absolutely. Caleb Conley with a tremendous clothesline to Chavo Guerrero. What's it like, Matt, when you're in the ring with a legend? Do you have to forget about that?
Absolutely. It's a great question. You can't be revered. I've stood across the ring from so many guys, and you can't get caught napping. Can't get caught watching Tom Brady throw a touchdown pass.
Beautiful suplex there by Chavo. Hooks the outside leg and a kick out at 2.
And there's the first cover that we've had in this match. Look how Chavo stays so close to his opponent. Caleb was able to hold on to the ropes and bait Chavo in.
Smart move by Caleb, and he's going counter for counter with Chavo Guerrero. Now you've got 5 of the 6 on the outside. It's Caleb Conley, Moose, Chavo Guerrero, Jack Evans, Matt Seidel, and Matanza. Look at that!
The monster will feed, and now we're back to what started the thing. The big boys.
Big pump kick. He's going to look for the train to Moose Nation on Matanza.
Matanza likes to use a move called the Wrath of the Gods, but man, oh man, what an impressive athletic display by Moose.
Matt, you're a student of the game. I know that you've watched Moose. You've been impressed with Moose and everything he can do. Chavo's so savvy.
Well, is that Chavo being savvy, or is that Moose not being too bright?
I'm going to go with
the safe answer,
6-1, half dozen the other. Caleb Conley, suicide dive.
And now the seal has been broken.
Watch out for Matt Seidel. I don't know if the roof in the sugar mill factory is high enough.
Oh, we're about to get sweet here. I talked about how amazing Matt Seidel is.
Seidel takes out everyone, but Jack Evans is inside the ring, folks.
And Jack is not to be outdone. We talked about his ego. What's Jack going to do to get his name trending here?
Evans needs to move. Look at this! Springboard! Moonsault off the top rope from Jack Evans with the twist.
Yeah, folks, we're making history here. We thank you so much for joining us. a once-in-a-lifetime event. And there you see now, I like what Jack is doing. He brings Seidel back in the ring to keep the action going. A lot of times after big dives, you'll see all the wrestlers convalesce on the floor, but not Jack.
The action continues here with Matt Seidel, the X Division champion. How big would it be if Jack Evans pins the Impact Wrestling X Division champion?
Nicely done there.
Evans hooks the outside leg, shoulders down, and a kick out at 2.
Now, is Jack more aerodynamic because of the new haircut? It's a rhetorical question.
I think the answer is no. Some things never change.
No, they don't.
Seidel with a big kick, and Matt Seidel again continues to innovate with offense. A cover here by Seidel, and Evans pops free at 2.
It's an interesting way to try to go for the lateral press there, but Seidel needs to play 9-ball here and realize.
Watch Moose with a spear. Here comes Caleb, and he catches a pump kick.
And I think as long as Moose is in the ring, everyone else is in trouble. Oh!
Moose wants to pick up a win here in a big way. The go-to-hell
Nice!
counters! Moose was up on his feet!
Yeah, it was the momentum
Bam!
that Moose right back up, and a back fist fells him.
The best back fist in all of pro wrestling from Caleb Conley. It's a thing of beauty.
Oh yeah, well this is about to be a thing of destruction.
Look at Caleb though, going right after Matanza. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, you brought up a good point. You said if the match goes 100 miles per hour, Caleb will go 100 miles per hour.
That's what Conley's trying to do right now.
Ooh, we may have made a mistake there. Here we go.
Wow! Wow! What a catch and throw from Matanza.
Even with an unlaced boot, the wrath of the gods comes down upon Caleb.
Matanza with the cover, and Lucha Underground has picked up a win here live from WrestleCon.
Here's your winner, the Monster Matanza.
So that's one for Lucha Underground.
Well, I think it's one for just knowing that impact moves, no pun intended, are going to win these matches. You have a lot of high-flying wrestlers here tonight, but it's all going to come back down to high-impact moves, in my opinion. And that's evident by the man standing in the ring.
What a way to get things started here live tonight, folks. We are in New Orleans, in the heart of WrestleCon, for the biggest crossover event of the year, Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. Matanza picks up the victory. It could have gone any way in that match, though.
Absolutely, and it started to look like it was going to be either Moose or Matanza. We saw Caleb, Matt Seidel, and Jack Evans stake their claim, but at the end of the day, it was a power move by the monster Matanza Cueto that yielded the victory.
So Matanza will make his way back, knowing that he has secured a victory here. Chavo Guerrero back into the ring. I expect to see a show of respect from the great fans here in New Orleans. Nolans, as the locals call it.
Chavo understands the importance of being here, the importance of staying relevant. It looks like Chavo has something to say.
Chavo Guerrero looking for a microphone. Again, what a way to kick off this spectacular event.
And I'd reckon that if Chavo didn't have a microphone, I bet that the fans here would listen, but now the whole world is going to get to listen.
What's up, New Orleans? How cool is this? Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. First time ever there's been an official matchup against these two awesome companies. Every year, at Lucha Underground, we have a film of the season. We're always trying to top the last season. And it's tough. It's not easy. But this year, June 13th, you'll see, I think we did just that.
What in the world is next for Lucha Underground? It's in their DNA. They were born to do this. The epic battle rages on, rages on, rages on.
Lucha Underground, Season 4.
All right, right, that's huge news. Huge news. We're going to kick the summer off early, June 13th, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. on the El Rey Network. New faces, old rivalries, and quite a bit of surprises. Lucha Underground is back.
Everything that has a beginning must come to an end. On April 22nd, who will seize the opportunity?
At Redemption, let's do it for the world title. Austin Aries, Pentagon, Phoenix, Impact World Championship. You better be watching.
Impact Wrestling presents Redemption. Live, Sunday, April 22nd on pay-per-view.
Soak it in, folks. Lucha royalty, Taya Valkyrie. She's going to go one-on-one for the Knockouts Championship here tonight. And that will certainly change things, Matt, next week on Impact. Demons Dance, when we see Taya Valkyrie go one-on-one with Rosemary.
Well, I think that the type of Taya that you're seeing, the type of Taya that needs to come out against Rosemary, is the type of Taya that may give our Knockouts champion a bit of a problem here, because Taya is not a nice person, dare I say it.
Taya Valkyrie, as Matt mentioned in our pre-show, not one to be outdone. Allie became the Knockouts champion after she had a bit of an awakening, and that awakening came from Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim. Gail said, Allie, this is your time to shine. And then at Crossroads, Allie defeated Laurel Van Ness and is now your Knockouts champion, a championship match with a rich history.
Absolutely, and I'm noticing that her smile is contagious. She is, you know, there's an old saying, happy to be here. Allie is really happy not only to be the Knockouts champion, but she's happy to be doing what she loves. And part of me thinks that Taya is going to slap that smile right off of Allie's adorable face.
Well, there's something about Allie. She's just a little bit too happy all the time.
Well, I'm a big Rush fan, I'm a big hockey fan, so I should appreciate Allie in her hometown of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. But I get what you're saying, but how is that a detriment?
I'm not saying it's a detriment. I'm just saying that it's, at times, it could be annoying.
What do you know about being annoying?
Knockouts championship on the line. Ali looking for a handshake here.
I mean, really? This is for the title. Forget the handshake. Let's go. That's what Taya's going to say.
This is a championship match with a big fight feel. The title on the line here in New Orleans, live at WrestleCon. Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. Matt, the first Knockouts champion was Gail Kim.
There you go.
Gail also has the most reigns at 7, followed behind by Angelina Love with 6, Madison Rayne with 5. Former Knockouts champions include Brooke and Taryn. We saw them earlier today at WrestleCon. The who's who of wrestling stars, Matt, come out for this weekend.
Yeah, but it's about the two fighters in the ring right now, and I do think that Taya is going to enjoy a bit of an advantage here, just in the straight wrestling and the power.
That's where I think Ali sort of trips people up, because she can go. She's got some incredible moves. She has a code breaker that she utilizes. She has some an incredible arsenal of offensive moves. But Taya's got the power.
Absolutely, and Taya also has the poise. You'll notice that Taya's pace is just going to be a little more unnerving than Ali's pace.
What's the difference between the Taya that we see at Impact and the Taya that you see at Lucha Underground?
Oh, honestly, they're cut from the same cloth. Perhaps it's the many faces of Taya. Maybe it's the many faces of Sami Callihan / Jeremiah Crane. It's a question of what the fighter wants to bring to the fight on the particular night.
A couple of deep arm drags by Ali. If Ali keeps the pace up, she's got
the strength.
Yeah. I mean, have you been in the ring with someone who could just stop your momentum like that?
Everyone.
Ali cross body. This time gets Taya off her feet, shoulders down, hooks the outside leg, and a kick out at 2.
I like what Ali did there. She rolled over onto her hip to put more pressure on the shoulders there, and now there's a lot of distance between these two. Let's see what Ali does to make it up.
Ooh, drop toe hold into the buckle. Taya's not wasting any time. She's going to build some speed here, and she goes knees first into the back of Ali.
Heavy berserker boots right to the back now. And now Taya's going to gauge her opponent.
This is... Again, you're gauging your opponent there. You're seeing how much has been taken out of Ali with the lackadaisical cover of just putting your boot on her. And it's disrespectful. Taya's got Ali back in the center of the ring now. Oh! Is this where Taya's the most dangerous, when she can just attack, shoulders down, hooks the leg once again, and a kick out at 2?
You would think, but for my money, Taya's dangerous when she is rocked, when she's in trouble. I think that a methodical stalking Taya, while it is intimidating, it's not Taya at her most dominant.
Again, Knockouts Championship is on the line here tonight. It looks to be standing room only here in the Sugar Mill Factory. Matt Stryker and Josh Matthews calling the action. Oh, we're high above.
That chop designed to disorient the breathing. Ooh. You'll notice a lot of wrestlers will opt for chops and forearms instead of punches. It's so you don't break your hand.
Oh, look at Taya. She's just unloading now on Ali. Was it smart of Ali to get into that striking match?
I don't think so. But if anyone can tell us about Ali's heart and her fighting spirit, it's you.
Well, she has more heart, desire, determination than any knockout we've ever seen. I mean, Ali has been through so many ups and downs. She has been picked on. She has been bullied. She had to endure a wedding that she had to watch, and she's gone through so much.
Those are the worst.
Only to come out of it as a 2-time Knockouts champion, more confident than ever. Short arm reversal, side Canadian leg sweep.
Nice.
Floats over, has the arm hook. Did you see that?
It's a great trap on the arm, and Taya was able to sense that Ali has a lot of fight in her, and Taya gets right back on top.
Oh, gosh. Clubbing blows from Taya Valkyrie. Now, Matt.
Yes, sir.
When this match started, it was Lucha Royalty chants, and now the chants of Ali.
Yeah, well, the fans are allowed to change their mind.
I think they appreciate the hard work of Ali.
And the hard elbow by Taya sets Ali in the corner, followed up by a clothesline, and down Ali goes. Changing the levels is so important. All of our collegiate wrestlers are nodding their head right now. When you change levels, you can change your offense.
Here comes Taya Valkyrie for the championship. She puts on the brakes. Here comes Ali, and Taya baited her in.
Taya was watching the whole time. And one thing I'm noticing, too, is that Ali takes a lot of little steps. Taya takes longer steps. Footwork is so important in a fight, and you'll notice now Taya stays close to her opponent, Looks like she's going for a modified Dragon Sleeper there.
Again, slowing it down is Taya. Matt, when you look at the experience of both of these two, they have both been competing for quite some time. I was surprised that Ali fell for what Taya was doing in the corner there.
Well, again, sometimes, you know, the fight blinds you.
Taya will be warned by the official there. Handful of hair, and Taya will test Ali yet again. Doesn't think that she was going to win the match there, but just to see where your opponent's at, right?
Yep. And look at Ali. She gets her shoulders off the mat, but it's very slow.
This is Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. This is Taya Valkyrie, Lucha Royalty, in control of Ali, the Knockouts champion.
I don't know if Taya should be mocking Ali.
Do you think that Ali lures you into a false sense of security in matches?
Not intentionally, but I do think that a lot of times people prejudge. I mean, that's the way of the world. So looking at Ali, you think she's sweet and innocent and nice. So maybe that is what people underestimate. Ooh.
Ali has stood up to Su Yung on Impact Wrestling, and she's looking to stand up to Taya Valkyrie here tonight.
Oh,
wow. Forearm.
Right in the throat.
Ali not done yet, runs through her again. A trifecta of forearms from Ali.
Taya's shoulders are down.
Ali crawls into the cover. She has the leg hooked. Deep cover and a kick out at 2.
You notice the points of the elbow were catching Taya right in her throat. Makes it very hard to breathe. So Ali was wise to go for a cover right there. Keep Taya moving.
Taya's just relying on her strength at this point, correct?
It would look that way.
Oh, Ali caught her. And now Taya prone for the attack.
Oh. Back of Taya's neck.
Did you see her face and her eyes? Rolling in the back of her head. Shoulders down yet again. And Taya barely kicks out at 2.
And now Ali has to begin to ask herself, these are what define a champion. It's these kind of matches here. I hit you with this, I hit you with that, I can't pin you. What am I made of? That might be what's going through Ali's mind right now.
It's going to be very telling to see how a frustrated Ali competes. She misses wildly to German. What a throw!
That was over the shoulder too, and that shows me that Taya has no regard for the safety of her opponent. Does not care at all.
Again, the frustration of Ali, though. She missed so wildly with that line.
Yep.
And Lucha Royalty, Taya Valkyrie.
It's so poetic because that was the same corner where Ali delivered the elbows to the throat.
A trifecta of elbows, and make no mistake about it, Taya Valkyrie is going to look for 3 big pairs of knees into the face of the Knockouts champion. Do we have a new champion? Shoulders down, and Ali finds a little bit of space to kick out at 2.
Yeah, I like what Ali does. She kicks out, she lands on her hips, and she gets her shoulders off the mat. It tells me a lot that even when Ali is taking offense, she's still
Matt,
in the
sorry.
fight.
Looking for the road to Valhalla is Taya Valkyrie. Ali trying to fight free. And a DDT got her. Ali now, another cover, looking to retain her title, and Taya again kicks out at 2.
And it might seem trivial, but I think if Ali hooked the other leg, the outside leg, it would have made it more difficult. Because look at the shoulder that Taya used to kick out with. Anywhere the body weight is, that has to mean that there's a free appendage somewhere that you can use to kick out.
Look of determination in the eyes of Ali. She's got a waist lock on Taya. I'm not sure what Ali has in mind.
She might be going for a suplex here. You know, she tries to get her hips lower than her taller opponent here. Standing switch now. Taya reverses it and sends Ali in off the ropes.
Look at this tilt-a-whirl head scissors.
Too strong.
Ali out the other way. Ali, there's the code breaker. The code breaker from the Knockouts champion. She's got Taya down, falls into the cover, and Ali retains her Knockouts championship. So congratulations to Ali. She successfully retains her Knockouts championship here live tonight against Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah, I think it all goes back to the trifecta of elbows to the throat, because look at how Ali beat Taya. She went to the back on an impact move and then went to the front on an impact move. We talked about Taya not being able to breathe. Taya couldn't breathe for 4 seconds, but only takes 3 for victory.
Ali, with each victory, with each win, she continues to gain more and more confidence in her career. She continues to just build and build, Matt, to perhaps become this unstoppable force in the knockouts division.
I'm Josh Matthews, and I have some exciting news. Now you can watch anywhere in the world
on the Global Wrestling Network app.
Featuring Impact episodes, pay-per-views, a massive on-demand library.
Visit globalwrestlingnetwork.com to get started.
We got plenty more to come here tonight. Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground on what has already been a trending topic type of night. Josh Matthews, Matt Striker back together for the first time in what, 6, 7, 8?
It's been a while,
10
my
years.
friend. Too long.
Cannot wait to see who leaves tonight as World Tag Team Champions. Cannot wait to see who leaves tonight victorious in our main event, a match with redemption implications and more.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a tag team contest, and it is set for one fall.
They are Dave and Jake Christ, the brothers from Ohio, former World Tag Team Champions. Dave is the gentleman with the dark hair. Jake is the blonde. Together, they are one of the most dangerous tag teams in the history of Impact Wrestling.
Absolutely. As you can see, this whole building came alive. You know, there are few wrestlers that make fans in the front row kind of sit back a little bit and not get too close. These two guys, that's the type they are.
I want to ask you a question quickly. How important is your first match in your career?
It's very important. It sets the trend for everything.
Hold that thought. What? What a team. What a decision that was made to put these two together. Teddy Hart and Big Papa Pump, the genetic freak, Scott Steiner. Are these guys going to be on the same page?
Oh, I love the fact that it's an open contract. So any two names can sign. This right here for me, while it may look like a hodgepodge, I honestly think that Scott Steiner, Teddy Hart could be an amazing tag team. They have everything. What is this team lacking?
Well, you have Teddy Hart. He's a wild card.
Sure.
There isn't a bigger wild card than Scott Steiner.
Sure.
Perhaps nobody more powerful than Scott Steiner. He is a legendary force. And when you are looking at Scott Steiner on the other side of the ring, what are you thinking?
Stay away. Don't go near him. You're hoping that Teddy Hart's cat.
Whoa, Teddy Hart!
Here we go.
Springboard moonsault on Dave and Jake. The match hasn't even started yet.
Think Scott's going to moonsault?
Scott can pick up the ring if he wants to. Throw it at Dave and Jake. So Teddy opts to bring Jake Christ back into the ring. Matt, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the fact that I teamed with Scott Steiner. Slammiversary last year. I felt like the strongest man in the world.
God.
Powerbomb to the knees. That's the first move of the match.
What I would not give to see that done to you.
It didn't happen. And Teddy looking very confident. He says Teddy Hart is back. What are your thoughts on that?
I've always been a big Teddy Hart fan, and I know a lot of people, Teddy rubs them the wrong way, but I think in our great sport, controversy creates cash, and there's no one more controversial, perhaps, than Teddy Hart.
Well, Teddy Hart has quickly taken both Dave and Jake Christ out of this match with some incredible early offense. What does Teddy have in mind now?
Oh, God! He wants to kill someone. Electric chair into death. And now Big Papa Pump wants in.
After all of that, here comes Scott Steiner.
Like Scott is chomping at the bit. I thought a tag was made.
I think a tag was made. There's a reversal there for Jake. Dave goes into the kidneys. Jake goes high. And here comes, no, there's a cover and a kick out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, is it because Scott wasn't in a proper corner for the tag to be legal? He's kind of right in the middle of two corners there.
Yeah, the referee called off the tag, so it will be Dave Christ legal with Teddy Hart.
There you go. Now Scott finally gets into a corner here. And now OVE are going to work together, and you alluded to it earlier. They are a proper tag team. They know each other's stuff.
Well, they're brothers.
Yes.
And they've been a tag team for their entire lives. They've been training for this their entire lives. Scott Steiner's in the ring now.
He does what he wants. You go tell him not to be in the ring.
Oh, thank you. We're safe up here. I thought that Scott was going to get to me earlier live on our Twitch VIP All Access Pass, and I ran for my life.
I like what OVE are doing. They're isolating Teddy Hart.
Boom. Nice move there by Dave Christ, and Dave will go for the cover here. Can Scott get in the ring quick enough, or will Teddy kick out at two, and that's what happens. Matt, I was talking about the very first match of OVE.
Yeah.
They come to Impact Wrestling, and not many people were impressed by what OVE did.
Really?
There were some snickers after they got back. There were some sneers, and OVE looked at everyone and said, we don't care. They then went on to become World Tag Team Champions.
Well, look at the name, what the name implies, right? Ohio versus everything. It tells you about the mentality of these guys. They have the it's us against the world kind of mentality. That's very dangerous.
Beautiful spinning heel kick there by Jake Christ. He goes for the cover. He hits the leg. Teddy's trying to cover up and kicks out at two. Now, OVE, they competed in a match that you most likely saw, Barbed Wire Massacre 3.
It was wonderful. I enjoyed it tremendously. But, you know, there is something to be said. Scott Steiner is arguably one of the top 10 most accomplished tag team wrestlers in the history of our sport.
Top 5.
You know, so if you can get Scotty in there, this whole thing is going to change.
Listen to this place.
Yeah.
And here comes Jake Christ. Dave and Jake have done a good job of keeping Teddy in their corner.
Yeah, and I think that's smart because they don't want anything to do with Scott Steiner as they work over Teddy in his unique ring gear. And that's something about Teddy Hart. He really is a unique wrestler. I defy you to find anyone that reminds you of Teddy Hart.
Well, he's so unique, and Jake Christ is he's feeling confident with the referee in between himself and Scott Steiner.
Do you know, all this time I thought that Jake Christ was wrestling in socks. Oh, it's the unique foot gear.
Yeah, these are different kinds of cats. OVE are not like, you mentioned Teddy not being like anyone else. These guys really stand out, other than Sami Callihan, but they're all cut from the same cloth.
This must be something in the water out there.
Sami Callihan, Jeremiah Crane will be competing later tonight. An I Quit match against Eddie Edwards. Teddy Hart's got to get out of the corner. He's in jail right now. Boom.
And now Theodore is down. And I really love what OVE are doing. They are not allowing, this is classic tag team wrestling. You go back to the days of the Graham brothers.
Let me ask you a question. Was it smart for Teddy to start this match against OVE and not Scott?
I mean, is Teddy the brightest bulb in the lamp? That I can't answer.
I mean, he hit like 4 incredible moves. Hang on. Cover by Dave Christ.
And look at what Dave did right there.
He got it hooked.
Yeah.
Go ahead, explain what you were about to go.
He was waiting for Teddy to kick out, and it looked like Dave was trying to trap an Americana on him here. And now, dare I say,
crossface.
These two might be shooting on each other, which is a great term to our fans. This is when two guys don't like each other, and they look to injure each other as opposed to just win the match.
And again, Another tag from Dave to Jake.
And look at where Dave puts his body.
Right in between. It's like playing basketball. You put yourself between the opponent and the basket.
Yep, look at you, my Muggsy Bogues on commentary. Cover here. And now Scott trying to get the faithful behind his partner.
Have OVE taken the fans here in New Orleans out of this match?
That's a great point.
We're not hearing, we want Scott, we want Steiner. Right now, they're just watching Teddy Hart take a beatdown at the hands of Dave and Jake Christ.
And almost on cue. Here they come.
Dave feeling confident. OVE, Matt, they're not intimidated by Scott Steiner. Teddy Hart goes up. He's walking the back of Dave Christ. Look at this! Shoulders down!
No! I like what Teddy did there. He knew he had to make a tag. And here we go!
Big Papa Pump unloading on Jake Christ.
Yeah, the big bad booty daddy.
Oh, big time backdrop. Jake's down. Dave's down. Who would have thought we'd be calling a Scott Steiner match live from WrestleCon?
Here we go.
In 2018, belly to belly, spins, shoulders down, and Jake kicks out at 2.
And you notice there's no wasted movement from Scott Steiner. It's a pleasure to watch a pro doing what he does best.
Scott goes after Jake inside the ring. That's where we'll keep our focus as Teddy and Dave are on the outside. Look at Jake Christ. He's up on the second rope. He's got Scott Steiner right where he wants him, perhaps. Do you ever have Scott where you want him?
Nope.
Bang! Gosh. This is like a high-speed collision.
Mistake, because Scott's waiting.
Scott! Pair of middle fingers and a throw from Scott. Scott looks incredible.
Absolutely.
Steiner recliner.
Here we go. It's Schluffy time.
Scott Steiner with the Steiner recliner on Jake Christ. Jake Christ will have no choice but to tap out. Steiner and Hart victorious.
Did you ever think you'd say that?
Nope.
Oh. Whoa, coming. You know, I was wondering why there were no Lucha Underground officials. That's why.
So a victory here for Scott Steiner and Teddy Hart. First time they've ever teamed up to my recollection, and they defeat a former team that won the World Tag Team titles in OVE.
Well, that speaks volumes to Teddy Hart and Scott Steiner individually, as well as a tandem. How about that?
Thanks to Global Wrestling Network, you can see now more than ever before, Matt. So many different events taking place for Impact, including the one-night-only pay-per-view series. How about March Breakdown from Windsor, Ontario? It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, shout out to the Spitfires out there in Windsor.
We'll be back in Windsor on June 1st and June 2nd for Impact television tapings. Tickets are available at bcwwrestling.com or go to impactwrestling.com/event for more details.
Everything that has a beginning must come to an end. On April 22nd, who will seize the opportunity?
Have redemption. Let's do it for the world title. Austin Aries, Pentagon, Phoenix, Impact World Championship. You better be watching.
Impact Wrestling presents Redemption. Live Sunday, April 22nd on pay-per-view.
We return to action. That's Aerostar from Lucha Underground. We're about 20 feet above where that thing just
I think my eyebrows are singed.
King Cuerno, Aerostar, and Drago. Impact Wrestling fans are familiar with Drago, but Matt, get me all caught up on King Cuerno.
King Cuerno there in the red and black mask. He is known as the Hunter in Lucha Underground. He is cunning and cagey, and he takes his time with everything he does. Aerostar and Drago are known as the Lucha Super Friends in Lucha Underground. Aerostar is dubbed being from the cosmos, and some people think that he may travel through time. How about that?
Some interesting philosophy.
Yep, and I just want to take a quick section to say hi to my buddy Vampiro out there.
To be outdone by entrance attire. Check out DJ Z, who literally, Matt, I saw him sprinting here to the sugar mill factory to make it in time for this show. He was in his gear. He most likely just got done competing.
Yeah, he walked down Bourbon Street dressed just like that, and nobody batted an eye. But how great is it to see DJ Z back in the ring?
So good to see DJ Z back. The man was sidelined with injuries. To say that DJ Z was almost lost his life after a very severe injury is not an overstatement. That story is going to come out. You're going to hear more about DJ Z. It came out, but I think the story is going to be told a little differently. And Andrew Everett, Desmond Xavier, the three representatives from Impact Wrestling.
So let me lean on you now. What can someone that's never seen Andrew Everett, DJ Z, and Desmond Xavier expect?
Andrew Everett is known as the Skywalker. He's a young man who can do things inside the ring that are absolutely incredible. And then you have Desmond Xavier, who, in my opinion, Matt, is different from anyone else in the world at high flying. And then you've got DJ Z, former X Division champion. He's just incredible.
And you can hear that some of the believers have made their way into the crowd as they are serenading Drago, Aerostar, and King Cuerno with the Lucha national anthem. Ole, 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 Lucha, Lucha. You roll your eyes. You don't like my singing?
You're a phenomenal singer.
Thank you, buddy.
So it looks like we're going to get Drago starting things off here with Andrew Everett. And I think it's a smart move by Team Lucha Underground. Start with the gentleman who knows the X Division stars of Impact Wrestling.
And I think the X factor here is that Drago is a great mat-based wrestler when he wants to be. He can take it to the mat. He can take it to the air. Let's see how Andrew Everett's going to counter that.
Andrew Everett offering up a show of sportsmanship. I like it. Drago gets moving quickly. Everett on the defense.
Dropped down to try to trip his opponent, but it wasn't enough.
Matt, you talked about the stars of Lucha Underground using counters. We've seen that early on here from Drago. And there, Andrew Everett goes low to springboard up.
It's just like any sport. You know, you have to take what's given to you by your opponent. And in that case, it's a Rana, and Drago takes to the floor.
Beautiful move by Andrew Everett, a smile on his face. Everett is feeling good here tonight in New Orleans.
Everett makes the tag now to DJ Z, and that'll bring in Aerostar.
Wow, wow. I have never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I'm dizzy already, and I haven't even had a drink yet. Here we go.
So I didn't realize Aerostar competes in the lighted mask.
Aerostar does whatever Aerostar wants. With moves like that, you go tell him that he can't.
Drop toe hold, goes up and over, lands on his feet on the apron. DJ Z right behind him. Aerostar, step-up kick.
I think the beauty of tonight is that people don't realize that the Lucha Libre style is so hard to defend against. You know, it's really difficult to try to scout these luchadors and defend the high-flying moves.
Nice back elbow there by DJ Z. He's trying to slow down Aerostar, perhaps just a beat. If you follow DJ Z on social media, you'll see that he's always in lucha training, Matt, in Chicago.
Well, I know a lot of wrestlers like to train in the lucha style. It helps them with their hips, with the shifting of their weight. small things that go unnoticed but are so important in the pro wrestling world.
I love that slow floating back elbow from DJZ. He goes off the ropes a couple of times. Always having a good time, too, is DJZ.
A little super Delphin moment there, and if you get that, good for you. But what we get right here is King Cuerno and Desmond Xavier. And listen.
Cuerno is no stranger to the stars of Impact Wrestling as he stares down Desmond Xavier, the man with the X19.
Of course, King Cuerno comes from a rich heritage and bloodline in Lucha Libre. Of course, his father, a famous luchador. But this young man wants to make his own name, live in no shadows.
Of the competitors from Lucha Underground, have they traditionally gotten along in their careers?
Well, you know, it all depends here, because the Lucha Underground title and the Gift of the Gods title, friendship goes out the window. But I think there's a pride here that Cuerno, Drago, and Aerostar are united behind. Pass by to create momentum here. Stop short, little Marufuji there. Go behind.
Desmond goes low, and now a couple of kicks, and Desmond Xavier's offensive. Not sure he caught them all with the drop kick. Cover here and a kick out. It looked like King Cuerno saw that coming and just backed a little bit up.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't want to do that because the body is going to land on you. Sometimes it's better to get hit in the face with the feet.
Desmond Xavier, Matt, to what you were talking about earlier, he creates separation.
Yes.
And King Cuerno with a drop kick.
I always like to watch the footwork of the wrestlers, and I'm noticing that Desmond, he does something that baseball players out there appreciate. Second baseman and shortstops, they attack the ball by going around it, never straight on. Desmond likes to come on a hook almost. Little angles there.
This match is being contested under Lucha rules, Matt, which means if somebody goes flying to the outside, tags don't need to be made for the legal man to get back into the ring. Ooh.
That looks like Cuerno is bleeding from his chest. That could be from some of those chops.
Oh, wow.
He's really busted open there.
How would that happen from a chop?
It could be an errant fingernail. It could split the skin open.
King Cuerno has Desmond Xavier up. Desmond
he almost like feigned the hip toss and then chose the back elbow.
And now he's got King Cuerno down. Desmond Xavier keeps his eyes on King Cuerno before building up some speed. Keep your eyes on Desmond Xavier.
Desmond looked like he was going for a tope suicide, and he was cut off there by King Cuerno. And we talked about Cuerno at the onset, how he's cunning. He's going to bring the pace to where he needs it to be.
So Desmond didn't go over and try to make the tag. Instead, he throws a couple of strikes and a cutter. Both men down now. Should Desmond go for a cover? Should he go to make the tag? Should he stop King Cuerno?
Well, right now, Cuerno just rolled over and put his shoulders on the mat. That would tell someone to go for a cover, but Desmond...
He dove for DJZ, who takes out Drago and Aerostar, and now firing away on Lucha Underground. Boom!
Drago and Aerostar work so well together. Let's see what they have in mind here.
Nice reversal. Oh, beautiful combination. Neck breaker and a DDT all in one for DJZ. And watch out for DJZ. He's been waiting to do that for months.
Welcome back, buddy. The ions are flying here.
I think the high-flying action is about to pick up. Here comes Desmond Xavier. Look at that!
Again, the footwork of Desmond Xavier is so impressive to me.
Matt, we've got one more guy on the apron.
Andrew Everett's going to try to impress.
Andrew Everett.
Watch out, the Hunter.
Up. King Cuerno with the counter. Desmond Xavier with the boots.
Wow.
How about one more from Desmond? Goes all the way back inside the ring. Drago goes up and over.
See what Drago has in mind here. It gets contagious. Everybody wants to show what they can do. Everyone wants the world to know.
And Drago flies! What is Aerostar gonna do?
That
from the second rope!
A step-up dive, and now King Cuerno. He likes to use the arrow from the depths of hell And here it comes.
One of the most impressive dives that we have ever seen, and Andrew Everett is going to take it away from everyone. Springboard drop kick, much to the chagrin of the fans here in New Orleans. Andrew Everett. He goes springboard. Oh my God. Corkscrew from the top rope. Andrew Everett just took out everybody.
You know what amazes me now? I see a similarity between Impact and Lucha Underground. These guys just don't care. They just throw their bodies at you.
Doing everything they can to secure a victory each and every night of the week. They don't take a night off.
What happened to a snapmare and an armbar?
Drago counters.
It's the evolution of the fighter. Those things just don't work anymore, and moves like this now are what works.
Standing shooting star. Nice. Moonsault from the second. Andrew Everett goes off the top. What a toss. What a moonsault. Both men down. Aerostar flies in and breaks it up in two.
What a match. What a match. Folks, we hope you're enjoying it as much as Josh and I are. This is history in the making.
This is incredible. This is Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. Drago.
Here we go.
Looking for that DDT in the center of the ring.
Classic tandem offense there.
Aerostar puts on the brakes, went off the second. Look at this cutter!
Look at the way Aerostar uses the ring like no one else does.
Aerostar, shoulders down,
No
DJZ, and look at Desmond Xavier break things up.
Yeah, you know, Vampiro and I talk about it all the time. Hooking the leg is so important, and listen, it certainly is.
Desmond Xavier lands on his feet. Xavier pops up, Aerostar down. What in the world are we going to see next? A little X19 from Desmond Xavier.
And that puts Aerostar 3/4 of the way across the ring. Let's see how Desmond makes up the space here.
Oh!
Nice.
I can watch this match all night. Desmond Xavier hooks the outside leg, and King Cuerno with just a little boot to break it up.
And you see what Cuerno does? And the fans appreciate it. It's timing, it's momentum, it's pacing. See what Cuerno has in mind now. Is he gonna try to break down DX? The thrill of the hunt here.
Look at Desmond fighting,
yes.
Upside down, looking for some knees. It bought Andrew Everett some time. Big kick there. Desmond Xavier was in a perfect position, perhaps not realizing it.
Yeah, he couldn't put all his weight down, but the toe of Everett, I think, caught Cuerno in the temple, and Cuerno may be out. Look at the way his body is laying here.
Andrew Everett off the top rope. Andrew Everett, 450, lands on his feet. Cuerno just takes him down with a double leg.
Here we go. Modified Indian deathlock here.
Locked in.
Of course, fans of Negro Navarro will recognize
He
this.
tapped out. Andrew Everett tapped out.
Absolutely.
Andrew Everett tapped out.
How about that? For all the high flying and all the craziness, it was a submission.
What a match.
Oh, yeah.
All 6 men deserve a standing ovation for what they just did here tonight in New Orleans at WrestleCon.
Yep. Whether it's April 22nd, whether it's June 1st, whether it's June 13th, mark all these dates down on your calendars. Folks, you're going to get a lot more of this kind of wrestling as the year rolls on.
And we're going to get a great show of sportsmanship from all 6 men.
Nice.
In this matchup. Congratulations to DJZ, Desmond Xavier, Andrew Everett. They came up short against King Cuerno, Aerostar, and Drago, but all 6 men. What a match. And that's what you want to see.
Absolutely. It's what you want to see across wrestling, across the world. How about a little unity for once?
here tonight has accompanied Trevor Lee to the ring as a part of the Cult of Lee. Caleb wants to watch the back all the time, Matt, of Trevor. It's just this weird trance that Trevor has over Caleb Conley.
Well, sometimes alliances in our sport work very well, and other times they don't, because one guy goes on to be Shawn Michaels, the other guy goes on to be, who? Is that other guy who went through the window? Yeah. No offense, we love you, Marty Jannetty. I was just trying to draw a comparison. Josh, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but I think we have a huge surprise here.
What are you looking at? You looking straight down?
There you go. What?
Others, some new clients I'm being told that will be revealed beginning in June. Famous B in the house. And I'm not sure what the B stands for. I think it's Bartholomew.
I highly doubt that.
Famous Bartholomew.
Doesn't really
doesn't roll
make
the
a
tongue?
whole lot of sense. That his
Wouldn't
name
fit on a jacket.
No. So it'll be Trevor Lee versus Famous B. What can we expect from Famous B?
Famous B is an accomplished wrestler, trained by the Santino brothers.
I think he wants to say something.
He's more of an agent now.
Okay.
Taking 10% off the top of contracts is far more lucrative than wrestling, evidently.
My name is Famous B, President and CEO of Infamous Incorporated. You can call me at 423 Get Fame. That's
423 Get Fame. That's not like those 976 numbers you used to dial.
Trevor, we're scheduled to go one-on-one tonight, but I knew you'd have backup. So I made a few calls. Allow me to introduce you to my backup and the man that will be representing me in this match. From La Jolla, California, Marty.
Oh boy. A one-day contract has been signed. Marty the Moth, one of the most unhinged and unpredictable luchadors that we have in Lucha Underground. This is a big, bad man, Josh.
You know, Matt, I was watching Trevor Lee when Famous B made this announcement that Marty the Moth would be competing, and Trevor got out of the ring, and it appears that he may be leaving New Orleans.
Well, you know, you prepare for one opponent, and then, you know, just imagine you're the Chicago Bears, you're supposed to play the Tennessee Titans. And all of a sudden the Titans go, nah, we're not going to play. You guys play the Jets. Well, not the Jets, because they stink. Now you guys play the Falcons. They have to have a whole entire other game plan.
You know that would never happen, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to make a comparison here.
The comparison should have been like a pitcher. Maybe a pitcher gets injured and then another pitcher comes in for a baseball team.
Are you a baseball fan?
No, you know that I'm not.
Yeah.
But you can't expect the football team, you know what?
To just say, I don't want to play.
Is this the kind of shit that you do?
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I do each and every Wednesday night on the El Rey Network. Some people like it.
Okay.
Some. Here we go.
Tell your sisters I said hello.
Hey.
Marty the Moth, and he's going right after Trevor Lee. And okay, so tell me about Marty the Moth.
Yeah, he's got a great skill set. He's very powerful, but he's also emotional. A lot of times he gets a little
Wait. Are you explaining Marty the Moth or Trevor Lee?
I'm explaining Marty the Moth. Are these assets that Trevor possesses as well?
100%.
Look at us being on the same page. And they kind of look alike, too.
Maybe they should, well, watch out for Marty the Moth! Wow!
Now, can Trevor Lee do that?
Yes, but Marty did it first.
Yeah.
And Trevor may not have the chance in this match.
Yeah, Marty also nearly broke his own neck.
His body just,
on the offense.
It was almost all of his entire upper body just smashed into Trevor Lee.
Marty is a big boy, normally enjoys a power advantage over his opponents.
See, that's the thing about Trevor Lee. Many people say that Trevor is pound for pound. There's Caleb. He's earning his pay here tonight. Just to finish up about famous B.
The Bruno Mollies.
And here comes Trevor. Watch out for this kick. Trevor's waiting. Trevor's waiting. Bam!
Oh, gosh.
Pound for pound, one of the strongest athletes in all of pro wrestling.
Am I allowed to curse on Twitch?
I've come close tonight.
That's only because you have to work with me. Man, oh man. So now that Trevor's in control, what can we expect?
You can expect Trevor Lee, exotic smash mouth.
Ooh, that was kind of sexy.
He is going to bring a different kind of attack to you. He does a deadlift German suplex. It's incredible, and he doesn't look like he should be able to do a deadlift German suplex. If you were live with us on Twitch earlier tonight, he's eating gumbo.
What's wrong with gumbo?
I don't think it's a pre-match meal.
Well, it's a good thing he's wearing black trunks. Let's just say that then.
Don't tell Lash LaRue it's not a pre-match meal. As we're here in New Orleans.
Got a Lash LaRue reference, and it wasn't even from me.
Raging Cajun country.
I'm jealous. I'll just go with Buck Robley blinded the dog, and we're good.
Trevor going after Marty the Moth. So Trevor endures the early offense, weathers the storm.
Yes.
But now Trevor's in control.
Yeah, but I don't think this is so wise here. See?
This is how you do it, sucker.
What?
Yeah. Banging Marty's head against the turnbuckle isn't gonna...
The dude is banging his own head against the turnbuckle.
Reminded of the late, great Bruiser Brody.
He might have knocked himself silly.
Yeah, he was silly.
Look at Trevor Lee right in the face. More silly. Trevor.
Wow! Use that power.
Stacked him up on the powerbomb, and Marty the Moth able to pop out at two. That's the one thing when you get a guy stacked up, Matt, and correct me if I'm wrong, the way to kick out is just to try to throw your body backwards.
Absolutely, you have to go with the weight. But look at what Trevor does. He stays nice and close and begins to work on his opponent. Looks like the head and neck, but we're going to pay attention to Trevor's offense to see where it goes.
So many great shows taking place from this very building all day today, headlined by Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground for the first time ever. Continue to look around from our point of view from high above the Sugar Mill Factory. More and more people, Matt, have made their way here. It is standing room only.
It's very sweet here in the Sugar Mill. Maybe I do commentary like this the whole time, like maybe I'm from Russia. Do you like this?
I have you turned down my ear,
so does everybody else.
Not even sure what you're saying.
By the way, I'm a big Twitch guy,
okay,
and I play MLB 18 the show on Twitch, and fans can play against me anytime they want, just so you know.
I know that you're a big social networking guy.
Yeah.
Not only Twitch, but various others. I'm sure you've utilized those here in New Orleans.
Craigslist has been seized by the feds, as has Backpage from what I've heard.
Trevor was trying to keep Marty the Moth down, but Marty's showing some power of his own. Trevor misses wildly.
Nice. Oh, look at the way Marty hits those ropes. Nice and hard to get maximum momentum here. And the offense of Marty Martinez stands on its own.
Matt, it's like watching the same guy in there. It's like watching a mirror image of these two. They look and act and move around the same way.
But where the difference lies, that's what we're going to have to discover. And I think it's the fact that Marty is just a little more unhinged than Trevor, but maybe you can counter that.
I just don't think I've met anyone like Trevor Lee. Double underhook or a butterfly. Thought he was going to go for a throw. Instead, just dropped some DDT style. Hooks the leg and a kick out.
Ooh, the modification on the Kobashi DDT. Not enough for Marty the Moth.
Is that something that Marty typically does?
Yes. It's a signature maneuver, if you will.
So when you're up in the air like that, are you expecting to go back onto your shoulder?
It depends. I mean, again, the way your arms are pulled, sometimes you can feel how your opponent's pulling you, but in that moment, you're just hoping that you don't land on your head.
Watch out for Caleb. Caleb hooking the ankle. Here comes famous B. Down goes Caleb Conley. Trevor's got it. The referee distracted. Marty the Moth misses with a moonsault.
Here we go.
Here comes Trevor. Inside cradle. Shoulders down. And Trevor Lee picks up a win with a handful of tights. By hook or by crook, Trevor Lee secures the victory here on Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground, live from WrestleCon in New Orleans. Trevor Lee didn't expect to face Marty the Moth here tonight. Ingenuity, Matt. He used ingenuity.
It's the old saying, card subject to change.
Famous B. Now, is Famous B the kind of guy that's going to dump Marty the Moth, or will he continue to?
It was a one-day contract.
Okay.
So it depends on if, how they want to negotiate it.
Yeah.
They do those a lot in basketball.
Global Wrestling Network is the premier destination for the best wrestling from around the world. Watch new episodes of Impact, Explosion, and exclusive digital content online or on your phone, all for free. Upgrade to the premium subscription and get ad-free access to the extensive library of current and past weekly Impact episodes, greatest matches, classic pay-per-views, and original series with more content added each month. Get Global Wrestling Network now on iOS, Android, or at globalwrestlingnetwork.com.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all the great compliments.
Most of those compliments are from me, so you know.
From you to me.
Yeah, exactly.
How many Twitter accounts do you have?
Just one. Hi.
We'll see what happens in our remaining contests.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. And it's for the Impact Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, representing Lucha Underground, they're the team of Mack and Killshot.
So much buzz on social media when this match was announced. Killshot and the Mack, not only representing Lucha Underground, not only competing against Impact Wrestling, but challenging for the World Tag Team titles. The wrestling world can change with the conclusion of this match.
Absolutely, and of course, the Lucha Underground fans that remember Ultima Lucha 3, they'll know that Killshot and Mack are 2/3 of the Trios champions, so these two know how to work together, they know how to win together. So like you said, the whole world can change tonight.
Easier said than done, though, when you're in the ring with the likes of Santana and Ortiz. Diamante out here with Santana and Ortiz. Weren't sure if we were going to get Diamante, but she's out here representing LAX, representing the World Tag Team Champions. Ortiz is the gentleman who is on the apron with the championship backwards. Santana up on the second rope.
I know these guys very well, of course.
New York City.
New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, names like Homicide and Conan. So I know what these guys are all about. This, to me, is going to be a hell of a fight. There's a lot of charisma in Ortiz as well. You know, that sometimes could be off-putting.
World Tag Team titles on the line here. Inter-promotional matchup for a championship that belongs on Thursday nights, that belongs on Impact Wrestling. And imagine what would happen if Killshot and the Mack is in the red and yellow, Killshot in the mask. Mind games early, Matt?
Well, this is what Killshot likes to do. You know, he is a soldier of fortune. He is speculate on his military background. So being calm and precise, that's all what Killshot does. And the Mack, of course, paying homage to Hulk Hogan with his ring attire tonight.
The Mack joined us live on the pre-show. Yeah. What a great story from the Mack. Grew up homeless.
Spent much of his life in foster care. Didn't know his father until finally the man that was helping to take care of him, Mack later learned that that was his father. And with so much trial and tribulation, loss, heartache, the only time Mack is happy and alive is when he's in the ring. And I think that's something that fans can really kind of break through the ropes and appreciate about Mack. He has a family. It's all of us.
Ortiz will get things started with Killshot. What can you tell me about Killshot?
Long, quick. For boxing fans out there, reminds you of like a Tommy Hearns. You know, he's got that long reach, long arms, long legs, very quick.
Does he throw a lot of strikes?
Yes, he does.
So it's safe to say that Killshot is the quicker of the two. Killshot and the Mack.
Single leg there.
And it's interesting because Ortiz is the more powerful member of LAX. And Ortiz, but he wants the world to know that he can move around pretty good too.
Yeah, Ortiz and Santana, they have a great lucha libre background. You know, so I think that the styles are going to mesh here. But I do think if it gets down to a brawl, that's LAX's wheelhouse, no?
Oh, absolutely. Ortiz now has a waist lock on Killshot who went for an elbow, countered by Ortiz. He's got Killshot turned around, and look at this throw. Beautiful. Nice. Shoulders down. Preemptive strike, go after the Mack, and
you know, and take nothing away. I mean, LAX, they definitely have a penchant or a flair for the dramatic. They're the kind of guys that'll entertain your freaking bullocks off. Your bullocks. I'm trying to censor myself.
Killshot comes up empty. Ortiz sends Killshot into Santana. Beautiful slingshot. And Santana takes down the Mack. I'm loving what we're seeing from LAX.
Yeah, good tag team wrestling. Santana's quickness, Ortiz's power.
But so often, Matt, you see a team try to isolate one member. The other guy on that team is sitting there with every bit of energy that he has. LAX is trying to take out both men. Oh. It's smart wrestling by the World Tag Team Champions.
Oof. I like what Killshot did there. He changed his level. He brought himself low. If Santana wanted to go for another chop, he'd have to pick his opponent up, but I like what Santana did. He went for a boot instead.
Yeah, kicked him in the side of the head.
And I'm noticing on Santana's right eye, it looks to be a mouse forming underneath the eye. If that closes up, it's going to be hard for Santana to see.
And again, it's Friday night. These wrestlers have been here for quite a few days. They've been competing. They've been in matches. We don't know what injuries they may have.
They might not even know.
Right.
Oh, there you go. You asked about the strikes from Killshot. Now using the back of that bandana almost as a lever.
The accuracy of which Killshot delivered that boot was incredible.
Hence his name.
I get it now.
Yeah, there you go.
Here comes the Mack. And the fans are loving this.
Well, what's not to love? There's something about the Mack that I think every fan can relate to. Josh, you and I were talking about it earlier in the day. You know, wrestling used to be the land of the giants. Guys were 6'9", 390 pounds. now a fan watching at home can see someone like the Mack and say, hey, I can identify with that. Maybe I can do this.
Santana. Wow, did you see the Mack? Come flying in. Puts on the brakes. Not so fast, Santana.
Very charismatic is Mack.
Nice. Hurricane Rana.
That's the sound of the police.
And Santana.
Nice little lucha libre arm drag there. And Mack has a weight advantage, and he's going to use it. He's able to shift his weight extremely well.
But he's the kind of guy, Matt, beautiful splash in the corner, that looks like he knows how to use his weight.
Absolutely.
Santana looking for a reversal here in this world tap. Well, are you serious?
I'll let you call that one.
I have never seen anything like that in my life, and I've been doing this for nearly 20 years. Santana must be baffled. Here comes the Mack. What's going to happen next? Flying shoulder tackle that literally rattled the ring. Hey, you know what? We become fans over and over again. Tonight I became a fan of the Mack.
There you go. Believers around the world enjoy Mack on Lucha Underground, and now you're enjoying them here. And of course, a big shout out to other members of our Twitch family, House of Hardcore. They'll be on tomorrow night. You can see the Mack there as well. Really love what Twitch is doing for the wrestling community.
Think about the fact that we have been broadcasting for 16 straight hours today. We're not done when this show's over. We have a post show immediately following on our live stream. Then we're going to spring break. And tomorrow we'll be right back at it at WrestleCon.
They have broken his arm there.
Yeah. Killshot, I'm thinking he should go for a cover. He does here.
Going.
And Ortiz was able to break it up. Is that a traditional cover from Killshot, or was that impromptu?
He was trying to trap the injured arm there, trying to use all of his body weight. Now the rear chin lock, and this is, of course, this isn't designed for a submission. It's designed to gauge your opponent to see how hurt he is. And Santana right back up to his feet. That's smart.
Santana, I don't think he realized, though, that he drove Killshot right back into his own corner. And it will allow the Mack to come in. What a hook. Just a body blow. The longer this match goes, you're going to have trouble breathing later.
Oh, it was a headbutt.
Oh, we see that on Thursdays from Moose.
And of course, being here in the heart of old Mid-South wrestling, we're reminded of the great Junkyard Dog as we watch Mack.
Talk about a deadlift German. Mack went for one. Santana was able to counter. Yeah, Ortiz made the tag. Cutter. And here comes Ortiz. Opportunity. The window's open right now for LAX to retain their titles. Standing moonsault. Mack floats over, and watch this from LAX.
Love the double team. Man, these guys are smooth.
Ortiz,
he
just falls into the cover.
There you go.
The fans respecting the homage being paid from Ortiz. It's about 9 moves in about 4 seconds.
Well, that's why they are the Impact Tag Champs.
The Mack goes into the buckle.
Looked like Mack tried to shift his weight and chose the turnbuckle as opposed to the ropes. Mack may be hurt here.
Yeah, it was an interesting move from the Mack, but it didn't allow Ortiz to get much offense in.
Oh, wow! That may be the reprieve that Mack needs. Instead of looking for a tag, Mack looks to continue the fight. Nice exploder there.
Ortiz on his feet, but only because of the turnbuckle. The momentum took him there. Here comes the Mack. Ortiz, will he make the tag? Yes. He does. You talked about long earlier. Santana, he's a long competitor, a long athlete.
Well, in any combat sport, it's going to be the length of your arms and your legs that matters.
LAX.
Oh, gosh.
We've got Ortiz on one side. I think LAX trying to set something up here if they can get the Mack where they want him. Ow! Right to the midsection.
Jeez.
Killshot comes flying in. Another pinpoint kick. Santana. Oh, 2 for 1. Oh, pop-up kick.
So much going on here, and it tells you how important the Impact Tag titles are.
And Santana, boot to the back of the head. Santana's got Killshot up. Looking to retain the
Look at that, a beautiful modification on the kill stop out of Killshot, and listen to the crowd.
All 4 men are down. The World Tag Team titles are on the line. This one could go either way at this point.
And you don't need my genius commentary to tell you that whoever gets to their feet first, that team's going to enjoy the advantage.
Santana and the Mack are legal. And here comes the Mack. You can see how hard all 4 of these men have been working, Matt.
Absolutely. There's bragging rights here, too, you know. You go back to the locker room and you see...
No!
You see your boys and you want to nod to them.
Here comes Killshot. Momentum from the Mack! Wow. Matt, bragging rights, but if LAX were to lose the tag team titles, what will the other tag teams in Impact have to say about that? Oh, and the Mack!
Here it is.
Cover, shoulders down, Ortiz saves the tag team titles.
Mack didn't get all of his weight down on Santana there.
Mack sent up the outside, Killshot comes.
Nice push kick there.
Just driving through the body of Ortiz. Ortiz quickly turns things around. Precarious situation for Killshot.
There you go, looks like maybe going for a Frankensteiner here.
Ortiz. Looking for offense, Killshot. He's got him. Watch the hands of Ortiz, he's trying to hold on.
That's the fireman's carry, normally designed for salvation, but perhaps here it's all about destruction.
What is this?
Modification into the pounce.
By rolling out of the ring, Ortiz may have saved the World Tag Team titles.
And Santana rolling in, and they have continued the fight. And look at Santana, he's in there with 2 guys, and he's not even batting an eyelash.
This has been a fight.
Why not? That's what you want to see out of your tag champs, no?
Don't back down for a second if you're Santana. And he's taking it to Killshot and Mack. Look at this. Santana fires himself up. Gets set for the ride. What a knee to the temple. How's he on his feet?
The only thing that might be holding him up is the Mack's legs.
We're gonna have new tag team champions.
Here we go. Just stop, power bomb.
Mack with the shoulders down, and LAX are still in this match. How?
What an amazing ebb and flow of events here.
How has LAX survived? Again, you're in a situation where all 4 men are down. They all start to stir.
Ortiz gets deposited out, and now Santana is isolated once again in there with Killshot and Mack.
I don't know how many more power moves Santana can take and hang on to the championship.
Well, adrenaline is a great drug, my friend. Got him trapped in a half and half. Does
Ortiz, smart move, picks the ankle of Mack. Turning things around for LAX, and now it's 2-on-1 advantage, LAX.
Here we go, and we saw how well, oh gosh, that was even uglier because of the fact that Ortiz lost his balance.
But Ortiz
and now,
able to hook him.
That
Death
first
Valley
one
driver.
was devastating.
And now,
I mean, I'll tell you, I think LAX's double teams are just a little better than Killshot and Mack.
Shoulders down, Ortiz runs interference, and LAX was that close to retaining. That close to retaining.
You know, it doesn't always have to be pretty, Josh. A lot of times the ugly offense is the stuff that works.
And how about Ortiz being able to just get right back up, recuperate, snatch Killshot back up again, and try to deliver the offense.
You know, something about being a tag team champion, something about being a champion in any sport that just makes you a tick better. The longer you hold that asset of being a champion, the better you get.
Santana Ortiz is in the corner, and Santana comes flying in. Such height and elevation. And now LAX are going to retain their tag team titles. Go for the cover. Santana, shoulders down, and LAX walk away victorious. LAX retain here tonight against Killshot and Mack in a match that was hard-hitting, a match that could have gone either way, a match that if they wrestle 10 times, we may see 5 different outcomes.
Absolutely. The great Geddy Lee once said, "Dare I blaspheme?" In the high school halls and the shopping malls, conform or be cast out. And I like what LAX did here. They conformed to the style. They brought the lucha to Mack and Killshot. Congratulations to LAX, Santana, and Ortiz, and a get well soon wish to Conan, who I know is watching.
So LAX retain their tag team titles here tonight against Killshot and Mack. Interpromotional championship match. Again, a great show of respect from the fans here in New Orleans, from the fans at WrestleCon.
Fans all around the world appreciate themselves some good wrestling.
Closing in on midnight Eastern, and we thank all of you for joining us live here tonight. At midnight, we can wish a happy birthday to my broadcast colleague, Sanjay Dutts, former X Division champion.
Happy 27th birthday, Sanjay.
Everything that has a beginning must come to an end. On April 22nd, who will seize the opportunity?
At Redemption, let's do it for the world title. Austin Aries, Pentagon, Phoenix, Impact World Championship. You better be watching.
Impact Wrestling presents Redemption, live Sunday, April 22nd on pay-per-view.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Oftentimes we talk about egos and chips on shoulders. Eli Drake is a former Impact Wrestling World Champion. Eli Drake, last night met on Impact. He was in a case versus case match versus Moose. He walked away with 2 championship contracts. He has a World Championship contract and a World Tag Team Championship contract to use at his disposal. Imagine having two championship contracts.
I never had one. I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but I got to be honest with you, I don't like this guy. I don't like Eli Drake.
Any particular reason why?
I'll tell you after he gets done, but I'm sure he's going to tell you himself right now.
He is the namer of dummies.
Let me talk to you. All around the world, it's the same song. I can feel it. You can feel it. It's the undeniable work on it because I hear it with everybody saying, E. I'm sorry. I'll tell you how it goes out. It goes out like this. My opponent tonight, he actually spans both companies. Now, he looks like a cross-eyed half-wit, but he's smarter than he looks. Because if you think about it, you want to say, Lucha Underground is cool, Impact Wrestling sucks. I'll tell you what, let's think about something. And I'm going to have Brian Cage think about the same thing. Every week, week after week, the best wrestlers you've ever seen stand right here. And when was the last time Impact Wrestling took a mid-season break or a 2-year long eliminating? And that's the news on crack. This is a fucking lot.
It's going to be worth the comeback, my friend. That's why I don't like Eli Drake.
Justifiable. Eli Drake says what he wants.
He looks like Shooter McGavin from Happy Madison.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Happy Madison is the name of the production company.
Billy Madison. Brian Cage is undefeated in Impact Wrestling. Brian Cage took out EC3 with a drill claw, and we haven't seen him since. Brian Cage defeated Lashley twice.
That's the big one for me, man.
You don't beat a man twice and have it be considered a fluke. Lashley's 15-2 in MMA. He's a 4-time world champion, but after those 2 matches, the world was talking about the machine, Brian Cage.
So now with that said, does Eli Drake stand a chance?
I mean, Eli Drake's a former, well, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm not going to the chase. You and me, a lot of people may not know this. This means I go way back. We were part of the tag team on the West Coast called Natural Selection. I mean, right down the clock, right? And let me tell you, this guy right here, I know him. I know every move he does. He knows almost every move I do. But I tell you like this, I carried you, and it was a great time. You were a great friend, I'll tell you why. Because look, man, I saw potential in you. And I said, why don't we run the West Coast? And that's exactly what we did. But now here we are in New Orleans, Louisiana, right now. And I'm thinking, you heard all these people, you heard what they had to say. You don't need to sit out here and entertain these nerds. We can go take this time tonight, just like Natural Selection always did. You and me, we can take it over. Why don't we do it? Beat the town of Rams and Brews, and we'll take over Lucha Underground and Impact.
Looks like Eli has posited a notion to Cage. Natural Selection, huh?
What do you think Brian Cage is going to do?
Punch Eli in his face.
Well,
maybe not.
I mean, these two together.
You know, I've watched wrestling a long time.
And Eli goes for the cheap shot.
This is going to go that way.
Cage saw it coming. Perhaps Cage is having a little bit of fun with Eli Drake and a reversal. And, oh! Did you see the speed?
I liked what Eli did, though, is he short-whipped Cage because he knew that Cage had more body mass. Wow, gosh.
Brian Cage, every time he's in the ring, he does something new, different, unique, something that makes you question whether or not he is a superhuman or not.
Well, he's known as the Machine in Lucha Underground. At one point, he held this mystical gauntlet of the gods.
Ooh. 3 kicks, rocks Eli all the way to the corner. A little delayed reaction from Eli Drake.
Did I mention I don't like him?
A couple of times.
Okay.
You know who he reminds me of?
Matt Striker.
Matt Striker.
Whoops.
Whoa!
Oh! Stun gun, hot shot there.
Eli Drake. Got him. Will Eli go for the cover?
Oh,
Does it?
Look what Cage does, though. Rolls away from his opponent. That's smart.
I feel that if Eli was a bit quicker there, he would have had an opportunity.
I mean,
to
if
go.
Eli wasn't as cocky.
There you go.
There you go.
He would have been able to go for the cover, but nonetheless, Eli remains in control right now.
Can we start arguing?
You and I?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, why start now, right?
It's been a great show thus far. We've seen some amazing moments at the first ever, and hopefully not the last ever, Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground, live from WrestleCon here in New Orleans.
I honestly think that if this fight spilled out of Rick's Cabaret onto Bourbon Street, I think Brian Cage could kick Eli Drake's ass. Straight up.
Eli has done well for himself.
Yeah, you using the top rope as a choke, now the bottom rope, using the ring apron.
Are you trying to say that you wouldn't be doing the same things in the ring against Brian Cage?
I would not be in the match with Brian Cage. I maybe would referee a match with Brian Cage or play a match on PlayStation as Brian Cage.
Cage with a reversal, so much torque and velocity. Comes up empty though, and Eli Drake with a neck breaker.
Nice.
Drake has, again, done well for himself in this match. Cover hooks the outside leg, brought the arm in so that Cage couldn't grab the bottom rope. Make your opponent use all their energy, right?
That's right. Now the rear chin lock here, designed to wear down his larger opponent as the Terminator clap begins to bounce off the walls here in the Sugar Mill.
When Eli Drake won the World Championship, I dubbed him, Matt, the Defiant One. Eli Drake spoke out against the establishment, and Eli Drake went on to become world champion, had a great reign as champion. Discus clothesline, the move that didn't last.
Whoa, really? Man, I may have to eat my words. That was impressive.
Eli Drake looking good. Again, doesn't go for a cover. Wants you all to know what his name is before driving the elbow into the heart of Brian Cage. Did you like the cover there of Eli covering the mouth of Cage?
Yes and no. It was cocky, and I don't think you needed the Eli Drake before hitting the move. But that's neither here nor there. It speaks, I think, to Eli's arrogance and his ego.
But the cover, when he put his hand over his mouth, it takes away the oxygen.
Absolutely. Oh, that'll take away some teeth.
And Brian Cage, Eli lands on his feet. Cage wearing some KT tape. That doesn't necessarily mean that Cage has an injury, though.
I see a lot of wrestlers wear that, and to me, that's foolish. Why would you want a target? Why would you want your opponent to think for 1 second that maybe a body part is hurt? Eli's taking a lot of time.
Yeah, he certainly has, and it allowed Cage to regroup. But again, in the early goings of this match, Eli took a beating. Oh, short arm, forearm, followed up by the clothesline.
Now watch Cage's feet. He takes short steps, 1, 2 at a time before hitting moves.
Beautiful combination by Brian Cage.
Explosive.
Cage is looking incredible here tonight. Has looked unstoppable on Impact Wrestling.
This is Cage needs to get in the gym. That's the one advice I'd give him.
Oh, yeah?
Get in the gym.
Oh, he may do that to you. Beautiful German suplex. Beautiful throw from Brian Cage.
Hey, Eli's smart, rolling underneath the bottom rope. Can't get pinned on the ring apron.
If I'm Eli, I'd roll underneath the bottom rope, and I would just keep rolling. Yes.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
We had an announcement, folks, on our main event that we will bring to you moments before it takes place as Brian Cage pops up, delivers a big kick to the shoulder. He's got Cage, he's got Eli. Oh!
Amazing.
Thunderous. Will that be enough for Brian Cage to defeat Eli Drake? Think about this, Matt, for a second. If Cage wins here tonight, he's defeated Lashley twice, 4-time world champion, and he's defeated Eli Drake, former world champion. The trend continues.
You know, but there's also that whole, San Jose Sharks thing. You go run the gauntlet, so to speak, in the regular season. What you do in championship matches, that's what matters.
Boom! Beautiful superplex. Eli Drake, cover, tries to hook the leg late in a kick out.
He shifted his weight. He didn't have it. But back to your point.
Go ahead. No, you finish.
So back to your point, you're saying that the Cage will have these victories if he beats Eli Drake here. When does the championship committee notice Cage and give him a title match?
They've already noticed. It's just the championship situation right now in Impact Wrestling. There's so many people vying for that title. You got Aries and Patron on April 22nd. Eli wants another opportunity at it. Eli misses with blunt force trauma, and Cage looking to put him away.
Cage went for the discus line.
Ouch. Neckbreaker there by Eli Drake. See how Eli follows it up. I have a question for you, Matt, but we'll wait as Cage steps out. I may not have time for the question as Brian Cage and Eli with a drop kick.
The rope's the only thing holding the machine up.
This is clothesline.
Here it is.
Cage cover hooks the leg and that close.
The free shoulder was up.
Half a second away. I want to go back to the cover from Eli Drake when he moved around. At what point do you have to commit to a lateral press?
Right away, immediately.
Eli lands on his feet. Eli catches Cage, looking for the gravy train. Looking for the gravy train. Rolls through. Eli back on his feet. Oh! Turned him inside out. Shoulders down. And Brian Cage has defeated a former world champion in Eli Drake.
Here's the winner,
Brian Cage turned Eli upside down, inside out.
Yes.
Again, Cage, he's always got something new, and he knows exactly when to use that new move.
Is it safe to say, Josh, that after April 22nd at Redemption, Brian Cage may be the odds-on favorite for a title match?
I think that's very safe to say, because Brian Cage put on a display here tonight. Brian Cage showed the world that he is the machine. Brian Cage may be the future of not only Impact Wrestling, but wrestling.
Global Wrestling Network is the premier destination for the best wrestling from around the world. Watch new episodes of Impact, Explosion, and exclusive digital content online or on your phone, all for free. Upgrade to the premium subscription and get ad-free access to the extensive library of current and past weekly Impact episodes, greatest matches, classic pay-per-views, and original series with more content added each month. Get Global Wrestling Network now on iOS, Android, or at globalwrestlingnetwork.com.
In the world of professional wrestling, you have acquaintances, you have people that you know you're going to see, and you have friends. I consider Eddie Edwards to be a friend. I am concerned tonight for my friend. I'm concerned for his health. His wife is here. I am worried about Eddie Edwards.
And on top of all that, I'll even say, I know Eddie Edwards too, and he's a nice guy. He's one of those guys that'll stay till the last autograph is signed. He's one of those guys that'll take his time and make sure that he goes around and says, you know, thank you or hey to all the fans that wait out backstage when we're leaving the building. I get what you're saying here. I think that this becomes an emotional night for Eddie Edwards, and that may be his downfall.
We'll dive more into this I Quit match momentarily.
representing Team Lucha Underground, from the Los Angeles,
Jeremiah Crane, Sami Callihan, whatever you want to call this man, he is a vile and disgusting, sick human being.
Well, just like the three faces of Foley, right? Mankind, Cactus, and Mick. These are the two faces.
And Eddie Edwards with a dive! And Eddie Edwards takes out Jeremiah Crane.
Now, to the fans that don't know the animosity here, Josh, succinctly, can you tell us what is the beef?
Sure, I can do it succinctly. Sami Callihan's a son of a bitch who took a baseball bat and smashed Eddie Edwards' face in. He smashed his orbital bone in. He crushed his nose. He went on TMZ Sports and said, "I'll do it again." He's sick.
Well, there you go. That's Josh Matthews for you. Of course, this is an I quit match, so you'll see the referee will stay close to the fighters.
Matt,
has a microphone in his hand.
This is the most humiliating and embarrassing match that you can be a part of. You have to beat a man so severely that that man utters the two most embarrassing words a fighter, a warrior can say: "I quit, I'm done." Look at this!
Oh! I quit matches are legendary in our sport. Magnum TA, for one. Rock and Mankind. Who can forget the 11 chair shots that opened Mankind's head up? That's what it's going to take.
But Eddie Edwards won't quit. The man will not quit. He's Mr. Anything is possible. He will not die. So what is it going to take for Jeremiah Crane to win this match? What is he going to have to do to Eddie Edwards?
I don't have an answer. But perhaps Jeremiah does.
The turnbuckle from underneath the ring. Jeremiah Crane is disgusting.
And look, I mean, I don't want to do the whole JR, the man's got a family thing, but Eddie has a wife. They're trying to build a family. At what point, you know, if you lose some vision in your eye, I mean, Roddy Piper lost hearing in his ear in 1983 from the dog collar match with Greg Valentine. At what point does Eddie say, you know what, I'm going to go get a job and be an insurance salesman or a school teacher and just have a family?
That's just not inside Eddie Edwards. That's not inside the fighting spirit of the former world champion, the man with the Boston knee party. Jeremiah Crane continues to size up Eddie Edwards. This is Jeremiah Crane's match to lose. Look at this man. What a sicko. Oh!
And I don't want to say in Jeremiah's defense, but in Jeremiah's defense, the whole wrestling world has been talking about this man now for what seems like the last couple of months, all because of what he did to Eddie Edwards. So you could say he's a sick son of a bitch, but at the end of the day, it's about getting people to talk about you.
Jeremiah Crane or Sami Callihan. See if he quits here. Taking credit for the success of Impact over the last number of weeks, calling himself the Draw. Matt, oh, that's hand first off the steel.
But is Jeremiah wrong? How many of these people here tonight bought a ticket to see this match?
Oh! Yeah, Matt, probably 80% of them. 80% of these people want to see Eddie Edwards force Jeremiah Crane to say, "I quit."
Or do 80% of them maybe want to see Jeremiah bust Eddie's eye open again so they can say, "I was there." Take pictures with their little phones.
In that world,
you and I can argue about this all you want. The world is changing, right? It's a social media generation. It's about me. Look at the words: like this, follow this. Everyone's all about themselves. So I think that Jeremiah Crane embodies this new wave of wrestling.
Jeremiah Crane is down now. That steel chair came flying from Eddie Edwards. There's another one. Eddie deserves redemption here tonight.
I have to push back. I'm sorry. Look, when you train to be a wrestler, you know it's not ballet. You know that
Matt, you don't train for a baseball bat to be brought into the ring to smash your face in, perhaps end your career, end the way that you feed your family. You don't expect that. You don't sign up for that. A baseball bat?
I have no sympathy at all. And you've been in the ring too. You know what it's like. I've been through tables. You've been hit with chairs.
Oh!
Not that many, but still.
That was 4 chairs from Eddie Edwards. Brings the count up to 6 chairs that are surrounding ringside right now. You cannot stand here live on Twitch and defend the actions
Not
of Jeremiah
defending
Crane.
the actions of Jeremiah. I'm defending the things that happen in the ring. That's what I'm defending.
So you don't think Jeremiah Crane deserved to apologize to
What's
Eddie
an
Edwards?
apology? They're just words, Josh. Josh, I'm sorry. Does that mean anything if you still go out and you act a certain way?
Sami Callihan said, I'm not sorry. I'll do it again. I was going to get a T-shirt made that said, I smashed Eddie's face. He's proud of what
Listen, a lot of guys, Greg Valentine wore an I broke Wahoo's leg. Didn't Punk wear I broke Big Show's hand? I mean, these guys pride themselves on this.
Nobody did it with a baseball bat, and nobody tried to end somebody's career. That's what Sami Callihan did to Eddie Edwards.
Now, don't you think that more eyes are on Impact because of what Sami Callihan, Jeremiah Crane has done? Don't you think that more eyes are on Lucha Underground?
That's such a loaded question. It's such a loaded question.
People love a car crash. Look at the news. The news is all about negative stuff because that's what gets ratings.
We can continue to debate as Jeremiah Crane just tries to boot.
Is that the same eye?
Eddie Edwards is down now. He will not quit. He says no. All right, Matt, let's talk about this for a second. Sami Callihan stalked the wife of Eddie Edwards. Went after Alicia Edwards in her hotel room.
Okay.
Set up an elaborate ruse to get to Eddie Edwards. That is fair and just. That's part of the world of competition.
No, that I didn't say. That's after the fact. But with Jeremiah Crane, the bottom line is, let me ask you this. Anyone in this crowd, would anyone fight Jeremiah Crane?
No.
There's your answer. Countless wrestlers you look at and you go, you know what, I'd fight that guy. Not Jeremiah.
But what does that point even mean?
It just means that this sport of professional wrestling, I think, has lost that allure that, you know what, I wouldn't mess with that guy. There aren't any more Bruiser Brodies or Ox
so
Bakers
if you
anymore.
see Eddie Edwards out on the street, you're telling me that you think that you would be able to fight Eddie Edwards?
No, not
Eddie
at all.
Edwards would have you twisted up in a pretzel.
Look at him. He's a nice guy. He'll smile at you. He'll sign that autograph. Jeremiah Crane
because
will not.
That's who you want to be the face of the franchise.
Okay.
You want Eddie Edwards' face on the poster. You want Sami
has a star on it now.
Face on a poster?
No, it's not about
posters. He's got the eye. He's got the eye.
He does.
Jeremiah Crane goes right after the face and the eye of Eddie Edwards.
Of course, the concept of I quit.
Ooh, for a pile driver, we've seen this before.
That's the hardest part of the ring.
Come on, Eddie. Fight back, Eddie Edwards. Mr. Anything is possible. Catches a knee and a boot, and Eddie fires back.
Let me ask you this. Does Eddie have the killer instinct that he needs?
We're going to find out tonight. Eddie Edwards, Fisherman's Buster! We're absolutely going to find out if Eddie has the killer instinct. What it takes.
Can't imagine what it must be like for Eddie. You can only imagine that his wife at some point said, "Hun, can you stop wrestling?"
I sat down with Alicia Edwards right in those bleachers earlier tonight, and I talked to her about this. She was a nervous wreck.
You know, I mean, look, you know what it's like to have your significant other say, "We need to talk." Those are the scariest words that anyone could ever say.
I've also called her matches. I've also cringed when things happen in the ring, when a move, it looks like it just looks a little bit too much. And Eddie Edwards, again, I consider him a close friend. You don't get a lot of those in this business.
That's true. And what has this match, this issue, done to the personal relationship of Eddie and his wife? It can't be comfortable in that house. It can't be comfortable laying in bed.
Or Matt, it's brought them closer together.
Good point.
There's a vile human being who's trying to take away our livelihood, and we're going to stop him. And Eddie Edwards is going to fight for that. It goes back to my point from the very beginning. Eddie Edwards is not going to quit in this match. He's just not capable of doing it. And if he does, God bless him for whatever Jeremiah Crane did to him.
I have to say that I do admire that Eddie has kept his composure for the most part. If it was you or it was me, I think we would have brought a wrench to the ring and just started swinging.
It started with a dive to the outside from Eddie Edwards to Jeremiah Crane. It rocked the barricade back 6 or 7 feet. Jeremiah Crane is down. Eddie Edwards with another steel chair off the face of Jeremiah Crane. And look at Eddie. Yeah. Sammy, Jeremiah, he did yell, I believe no, some variation of no. The match continues.
And Josh, I mean, it's just little things, but you ever get like an eyelash in your eye, you get something in your eye, right? It takes like a good 2-3 minutes just to kind of like get the vision back, whatever. Now imagine a bat smashing into a chair, cracking your orbital bones, splitting your eyelid.
Oh, a low blow from Jeremiah Crane.
It's all legal.
Yeah, we don't need to tell you that there are no disqualifications in a match like this.
Oh.
And Crane.
Shoulder breaker there.
Eddie's back in the corner. Here comes Jeremiah Crane. And he got him!
Thud.
Is Jeremiah Crane ready to quit?
There's your answer, Josh.
Yeah, that's been the hashtag of Jeremiah Crane, Sami Callihan for the last number of weeks. Eddie Edwards has shown so much perseverance. The night that Eddie got the baseball bat smashed into his face, we had a wager on a football game. There was a picture that went out on social media of him watching his beloved New England Patriots. He deserved the win that night. Get him, Eddie! Another steel chair!
You're not intimidated by Jeremiah Crane? The fact that he doesn't quit, the fact that he's willing to commit assault. If that, what happened to Eddie Edwards, happened anywhere else other than a wrestling ring, Jeremiah Crane would be doing time.
What is Eddie Edwards going to have to do, and does he have it, Matt?
You know what he's going to have to do?
Wow, look at the defiance.
He's going to have to take a baseball bat, put a chair over Sammy's face.
Eddie, Boston Knee Party! Through the chair! Quit!
At what pace, though? At what price?
Jeremiah Crane needs to quit.
Now, if Jeremiah can't quit because he's out, is it the referee's discretion for the safety, dare I say, the safety of the wrestlers?
Or a safety thrown out the window. Yeah. Do we need to hear those two words? Do we need to hear somebody say, I quit? I think that's the only way that this rivalry reaches its apex or its conclusion, or the demise of one of these two men. Ooh. Now you've got Jeremiah Crane perched up on the top rope. You've got Eddie Edwards with more ammo, more ammunition, more steel chairs.
And I look, you know, I said it before, man, for someone that should be livid, pissed off, Eddie really has his composure about him. It's almost unsettling. Maybe Eddie Edwards is the dangerous one.
Eddie may have a darker side that we don't know about. Maybe Eddie is enjoying this. He didn't enjoy getting a baseball bat. Oh, no.
A Jenga of chairs.
This doesn't end well. And Eddie with the chop. Tension building.
Bated breath everywhere.
Eddie Edwards
biting him.
This is just disgusting. To what depths? No, 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 no.
What's he going to try and do here?
Thumbs down. No. Eddie hangs on.
Oh, smart.
The chairs have been dismantled.
Yeah, but that one chair has a leg up on it. Ow! It's the legs of the chair that really do the damage.
Jeremiah Crane, he's got a chair set up in the center of the ring. He's looking for a Death Valley driver through the chair, through the back of Eddie Edwards. Will Eddie quit? Has he had enough?
No! No!
Man.
And Eddie says no. This may go on all night.
Jeremiah. Here we go. What's he going to try and do? He's going to Pillmanize him here.
Hang on, Eddie.
Kiss my ass off, you trumpet!
Ooh. A little callback on the name. If you got it, good for you.
But what has it done to Jeremiah Crane? Oh!
If I told you at the start of the day that we'd get that chant, would you believe me?
It's after 12 midnight in the East Coast. Friday has turned into Saturday, and we are witnessing an I Quit match for the ages between Jeremiah. And why did he take the wrist tape off? What is he planning on doing with that? Anything in his possession can be used as a weapon.
He's a dangerous man.
Steel. A barricade. He's got a barricade.
Is it safe to say
Conor McGregor his way to a victory?
That Jeremiah is the most dangerous man in Impact and Lucha Underground?
Yes.
There you go.
He just brought a steel barricade into the ring. These aren't supposed to be used as weapons.
No, those are designed to keep people in place. Now it may be designed to break someone.
Eddie he either needs to roll out of the ring, get out of here, forget about Jeremiah Crane once and for all. Eddie, he's loosening his elbow. Is he trying to get feeling back in there, Matt? What's Eddie doing? And I know what Jeremiah Crane's doing.
I don't know.
This does not look good.
And this is tension. This is drama.
Yeah, because you got a lunatic in the ring with Eddie Edwards.
I don't like the way, not that there's a good way for that guardrail to be set up, but the leg of the guardrail is sticking out there.
Jeremiah Crane is looking to put Eddie Edwards away once and for all. He is looking to powerbomb Eddie Edwards through this protective guardrail that he brought into the ring. Eddie goes low blow from Eddie Edwards. Last
he didn't have a choice.
Effort.
Yeah, you can't condemn that.
He had to. Eddie Edwards is doing what he has to do here tonight. This whole match is about Eddie doing what he has to do.
To what places will Eddie go? What is Eddie capable of?
Come on, Eddie!
How dark can
he be? Into the steel guardrail! Quit! Eddie's not done!
That's actually smart. Why use one move and let your opponent convalesce? Why not hit a series of moves and then get the I Quit?
Could hit 500 moves and put this SOB away. There's one. Eddie Edwards is going to bury Jeremiah Crane.
Well, Jeremiah does that himself.
Or
yes.
I'm wondering if we're going to see.
It's almost as if Eddie is beside himself, contemplating.
This is what Sammy did.
This is what we talked about.
When Eddie,
it's what he needs to do.
When his face was smashed.
So now it's okay.
With a baseball bat. Eddie doesn't have a baseball bat in his hand.
Give him a second. A chair will do just as well.
Eddie Edwards with a steel chair.
But it looks like Eddie is almost saying, I don't want to do this. We talked about how he's a good guy. The good guy is winning out here, and that's not the Eddie Edwards that Eddie needs. He needs to be a dick, pardon my language.
Eddie, who? That's Jake Christ.
Jake Christ.
That's Jake Christ. Here comes Dave Christ. Right on cue. OVE intervene in this match. Turn around, Eddie. Turn around. Turn around. Bump that off the face. God. Just quit. Eddie, just quit. Just quit.
He can't respond.
He's out. He's out. No, the match is...
It always amazes me the things that we find underneath a wrestling ring, and why not?
No.
Why not a bat?
No. What's he gonna do? Eddie's out! Call the cops!
We talked about making a name for yourself. We talked about getting people interested.
This isn't how you do it.
But this worked for Sammy once.
This isn't how you do it.
It's a conditioned thing now for this young man.
No.
You know?
The visions of seeing Eddie Edwards bloody and busted No. No. The referee, he stood up for himself. He stood up for Eddie. He's not equipped.
And look about the society we live in. Look at how they defy authority.
Wait.
Speaking of authority.
That's Don Callis. That's Don Callis.
Oh, he's a part of management here.
He's an executive vice president, obviously. I mean, you have to think that this isn't what... No, this isn't what...
Towel.
He
there
threw
you
with
go.
the towel.
That's Arnold Skull and Bob Backlund when Iron Sheik won the title. Throwing in the towel is quitting on behalf of Eddie Edwards.
No. The match is over. The match is over. And there's Moose. Moose, a good friend of Eddie Edwards. Look, the match is over. Impact Wrestling has thrown in the towel on behalf of Eddie Edwards. This is the last thing that corporate wants. Don Callis is protecting the company's interests. Eddie Edwards wasn't going to quit.
But to your point, there's an investment here, and management saw that.
They had to protect. Eddie Edwards had to be protected here tonight.
But Jeremiah Crane is your winner.
Fine.
You'll take it?
Yes.
Okay.
That means that the career of Eddie Edwards doesn't come to an end.
Yeah, you take nothing away from Eddie Edwards, man. He fought valiantly. He did not quit on his own.
That means that Don Callis did the right thing. He's protecting Eddie Edwards. He's protecting Impact Wrestling.
Absolutely.
Not just a vested interest for Impact, but he's protecting a human being. Jeremiah Crane, wherever he ran off to, he should go find a ditch in New Orleans and sleep there and live there and be gone.
Now we expect Eddie to get a nice ovation for what he was able to do here tonight.
But Matt, you know what worries me? This isn't over. Almost a sigh of relief when that towel was thrown by Don Callis. Because Sami Callihan, Jeremiah Crane, whatever you want to call him, was going to try to end the career again.
Everything that has a beginning must come to an end. On April 22nd, who will seize the opportunity?
At Redemption, let's do it for the world title. Austin Aries, Pentagon, Phoenix, Impact World Championship. You better be watching.
Impact Wrestling presents Redemption. Live Sunday, April 22nd on pay-per-view.
You can get your VIP packages at shopimpact.com.
It's a non-title triple threat match and is the main event of the evening. Introducing first, representing Team Lucha Underground, he is
Matt, one of the mainstays for Lucha Underground.
The 5 sides of fear, the breaker of bones, Cero Miedo, which translates to 0 fear. Pentagon has captured the imagination of a generation.
And you heard correctly, this is a 3-way dance now, a triple threat match between Pentagon Jr., Phoenix, and world champion Austin Aries from Impact Wrestling.
representing Team Lucha Underground from Mexico City, Mexico, he is Phoenix.
Matt, what can you tell us about the history between Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix?
Oh, they've had wars against one another. They've warred side by side. They are affectionately known as the Lucha Brothers. Of course, Phoenix is the man of 1,000 lives, the bird of war. And I don't know how well it bodes for Austin Aries to have to take on Phoenix and Pentagon. I know it's a triple threat, but come on.
One fall to a finish.
No DQs, no countouts in a triple threat.
Correct.
Is it that way here in Impact as well? There you go.
You can't have countouts because of the way the match is structured. Calls himself the belt collector. Austin Aries is a champion on multiple continents. He is the Impact Wrestling World Champion, the Impact Wrestling Grand Champion, the Defiant Champion.
Keep going.
There are more.
Seriously, he's the Ultimo Dragon of 2018. And I gotta tell you something, man. I've been a wrestling fan all my life. I love a guy like Austin Aries. I love the fact that he brings out every title. I love the fact that he goes right in the middle of the ring, shows everyone how great he is. There's something about confidence that someone can find attractive.
And Austin Aries isn't done collecting championships. Earlier today we had our Redemption main event press conference. Austin Aries and Alberto El Patron here live in New Orleans. It got heated. And this place is rocking.
Now, just to handicap it from a sports perspective, how dare I? Phoenix is going to have the high-flying advantage. Pentagon is the breaker of bones. He's a submission specialist. Where does Austin fit in?
I mean, Austin Aries can do so much. You want to talk about the last Chancery, the signature submission maneuver of Austin Aries. He has a brain buster unlike any other wrestler on the planet. Austin Aries moves at a different pace and a different cadence than anybody.
You hear the chants of Animo. That's for Phoenix. The chants
Phoenix is in the orange and the black. Pentagon Jr. in the black and gold. Austin Aries in the black and white tights.
And the referee is in black and white stripes.
Makes it easier for everyone. Referee Johnny Bravo for our main event. And maybe Aries can play on the fact that the two gentlemen from Lucha Underground don't like each other.
Looking ahead to April 22nd at Redemption in Orlando, the fact that this is now a triple threat, the fact that one guy is not here.
Well, look.
What does that mean?
Here's the deal, right? This was supposed to be a tag team match, right, with Alberto El Patron in our main event. We don't know what happened, Matt. We've been out here calling the show. We got a note. This is the match that we're calling here. I don't want to get into any speculation. We haven't had a chance to look at social media or know the fact. You want to start speculating?
Of course I'm going to speculate.
Okay.
It's my job. I have to believe that Pentagon and Phoenix definitely conferred in some way with Alberto El Patron. I mean, the writing's on the wall there.
So you think
don't
this
be
was
naive.
Never going to be a tag team match? You think Aries was going to be sent to the Wolves?
I don't know, but I think that there was a quick little phone call. Hey, que esa mierda? Listen, you know. My Spanish is terrible, but you get what I'm trying to say.
But
I may have said a curse there. I'm sorry.
It does put Austin Aries in a very dangerous situation against Phoenix, who sends him to the outside, and Pentagon Jr.
And now it's Phoenix and Pentagon left in the ring. And if they can spy one another here and lock eyes, we're going to see some lucha. Look at Phoenix. He's waiting. Here we go.
Phoenix, nice. You have to love matches at this pace. You have to love when these guys go. Phoenix lands on the apron, counters. Wow, big shot to the face of Pentagon Jr.
Phoenix is able to use the middle rope as a springboard, whereas most wrestlers can only use the top.
What's he gonna do here?
Anything he wants. He's Phoenix.
Second.
Look at that.
Goes back off the
Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Come on, dude. Lucha Libre on display.
But Austin Aries picks his spot, and Austin Aries misses drop kick.
Oh, Austin landed hard there, but he's able to pop right back up.
Aries goes for the cover, hooks the leg, tight cover, and a kick out there. You see the way Austin Aries moves around the ring mat?
Take nothing away from Austin Aries.
Austin Aries was the inventor of option C. It wasn't to break down or disregard the X Division Championship. Aries wanted an opportunity for the World Championship. He presented an opportunity for the X Division Champion at Destination X. It would allow Aries to go on to win his first World Championship. Two-time World Champion now. Goes for the cover on Phoenix, who pops out at 2. Aries returned to Impact Wrestling mat. All he did was win a World Championship in 60 seconds.
How dare he?
Comes.
Oh! That forces Aries to DDT Phoenix.
Cover here by Pentagon Jr. and a kick out by Aries.
Hey, look at that.
Go after Phoenix if you're Pentagon Jr. Smart and a kick out. This is our main event. We thank you for joining us live in WrestleCon in New Orleans 2018. Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground.
What a night it has been. Everyone's been talking about it. But this match here is going to be the one that the people leave tonight buzzing about.
Pentagon Jr. and Austin Aries in the ring. Now, we talk so often, Matt, I mean, you and I did it years ago. When you're in a match like this, isolate one guy, get him out of the ring, turn it into a one-on-one match.
Yeah, that would be the strategy. But you know what they say about plans? Wow. One thing that Pentagon does, and Vampiro and I talk about it on Lucha Underground, is he really does get caught up in the fans. And I think in a match of this caliber, stop worrying about the fans.
Phoenix!
Jeez.
Rolling cutter. Pentagon Jr.'s on the outside. Aries slides back in. Aries has been able to do this throughout this match.
Yep.
He's stayed one step ahead.
And dare I say that if it comes down to a cerebral aspect, I think Austin Aries is the smartest guy.
Aries with the dive!
By far.
Aries saw Pentagon Jr. and was able to connect. Let's see what Phoenix has. Wow, off the second!
Twisting through time, Phoenix.
That was incredible.
But Phoenix has to get someone back in the ring. Can't win the title out on the floor. So this referee's Johnny Bravo starts his count.
2.
Oh! Phoenix sends Aries back in.
Now, is there anything to having an Impact official officiating this match? I mean, where's Marty Elias?
I don't think so. I think that so far it hasn't been an issue in any of these matches.
Ooh. Oh.
Aries got lit up there.
Yeah, combo strikes by Phoenix.
And Aries able to sidestep. Aries got caught. Phoenix up. Aries picks the ankles. No, he didn't. He slid through.
He went for it, and I think he knew the referee was watching and didn't want to risk, even though there are no disqualifications.
Phoenix pops up, lands on his feet. Aries gets countered. German suplex, hands locked, bridge, shoulders down, and a kick out at 2.
Little things I'm knowing is that Austin comes from the left side with a lot of his maneuvers and stuff, and of course in Lucha Libre, the wrestlers are taught to be able to attack left and right side there, so that's something to keep an eye on as the match rolls on.
So is it not an advantage for Austin Aries in a match like this?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Phoenix rolls up. Ow, with a knee from Pentagon Jr. with Austin Aries down and a kick out at 2.
Pentagon was able to drape Phoenix's arm across his body, but that was nowhere near enough.
I almost feel like he was pulling the arm away from Aries, not letting him get involved in the decision there.
There we go. We might see a muscle buster here or a package pile driver. Those are signature maneuvers.
Nope. You're gonna get
a head clap instead.
Austin Aries, so unique. That's why he's the world champion. Whoop. Aries lands on the apron. Shot to the midsection.
And Aries can do the high-flying lucha as well, you know. But he opts for a neck breaker along the middle rope.
Let's see where Aries goes next. He's in control right now.
Wasting no time.
Of Pentagon Jr.
The positioning is so important. Taking advantage of what's given to you.
Aries, 450.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Shoulders down. Austin Aries close to a victory.
Are you impressed that Pentagon was able to kick that out? There it is.
Last chancery from Austin Aries. Pentagon Jr. may tap out, and Phoenix breaks it up.
You like that?
I mean, just it was all perfect. The hush over the crowd, and then bam. Phoenix, he's got Austin Aries up.
And I think Phoenix would love to beat Aries, so there would be no question here.
Schoolboy here in the center of the ring. He's got him stacked up with Austin Aries, and Aries last chancery again on Phoenix, and Pentagon breaks it up.
I start to watch the mouths of the competitors. I like to see who's breathing with their mouth open, who's getting tired, because a tired fighter is a sloppy fighter.
Seeing the mouth open would mean that they are tired.
Absolutely.
Hands on hips, things like that are telltale signs. I don't think Phoenix gets tired. Pentagon Jr.
Nice.
Drops Aries. Phoenix doesn't go for the cover.
So they're going to work together. Look at this. Where else do you see stuff like that?
That was incredible.
But instead of basking in the accolades, go for a cover.
But Matt, only one man can win this match. Oh! Pentagon could go for a cover
Absolutely,
here.
right now.
Well, Phoenix could go for a cover, but the other one's going to pull the other one off.
Well, Phoenix took the brunt of that.
Here we go.
Here it is.
Who you got?
Oh, they may be distracted from the goal here.
Look at this, Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix in the ring with the Impact Wrestling World Champion Austin Aries, who wants to get him some. Ow. Just throwing strikes. What do you got? Aries!
Oh, God,
he's out! He's out! Austin Aries is out!
Cow.
He's not getting up!
Aries doesn't have to worry about ever eating meat because he has no teeth in his mouth.
Phoenix off the ropes. Pentagon Jr. catches him. Shooting star. Pentagon Jr.
No. Wow.
Phoenix kicked out at 2.
Could you imagine the Impact title changing hands in that moment?
Remember, this is a non-title match, Matt.
Good
the
point.
Match changed.
I got caught up.
Oh, tournament side out. And Pentagon Jr. pins Phoenix.
Wow, caught up in all the mania. No pun intended.
Here's your winner,
Pentagon Jr. victorious.
Your thoughts on the Lucha Underground luchadors that you've seen here tonight?
I have chills. I still have chills. I have chills from the 6-man tag team match. I have chills from the 6-way match. I have chills from this main event. Matt, nights like this remind us why we're fans.
Absolutely. We'll all be fans come April 22nd for Redemption. We'll all be fans come June 13th when Lucha Underground Season 4 blasts on the airwaves. And Josh, I'm a fan of yours.
Matt, it has been a pleasure spending the last, roughly 3 hours together. It is 12:40 Eastern Standard Time. Well past my bedtime, but this was incredible. I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Pentagon Jr., Phoenix, Austin Aries.
Yeah, but the fact that Aries hasn't moved,
I don't know if
by
he
the
will.
way, since the super kick. And everybody watching on Twitch, everyone on Twitter, we want to thank you so much for being a part of history here tonight.
Yeah, and when we're done here, when this stream goes down, we'll have a post show. So Matt, I invite you to join us for the post show.
Okay.
We'll do 30 minutes. We'll probably do 10 minutes here at the arena and then 20 minutes in the car. Sanjay and I are heading to spring break to end the night. Again, another happy birthday wish to Sanjay Dutt.
Yep.
And just an incredible night. We thank you all yet again to echo what Matt just said. Thank you for joining us as we watch the fans here standing room only for what has been just an incredible night. Impact Wrestling, Lucha Underground. Did you ever think we would see this coming?
I loved it, man. I thought it was really great, and I just think that it says a lot about where professional wrestling is going, and we hope that all the fans are enjoying it as well, because, Josh, you and I are loving it.
Thank you guys for joining us. Good night from New Orleans. Good night from WrestleCon.
What in the world is next for Lucha Underground? It's in their DNA. They were born to do this. The epic battle rages on, rages on, rages on.
Lucha Underground, Season 4.
Everything that has a beginning must come to an end. On April 22nd, who will seize the opportunity?
At Redemption, let's do it for the world title. Austin Aries, Pentagon, Phoenix, Impact World Championship. You better be watching.
Impact Wrestling presents Redemption. Live Sunday, April 22nd on pay-per-view.